So I heard probably the dumbest shit I've ever heard at the gym today. And I wanted to share this with you guys and debunk this to the nth degree because it didn't make me mad. I didn't even know what to say. Some guy that was obviously on a massive amount of steroids was approached by a normal looking human. And when I say massive amount of steroids, this guy was huge. Darth Vader himself could not have force choked him or picked him up. Yoda couldn't have picked him up. He was massive. And younger guy, normal looking guy, walked up and asked him how he got so big, and the guy said, "Oh, I'm all natural. I just eat everything in sight. I eat massive amounts of food and I get this big." He went on to say, "It doesn't matter what you eat, as long as you just eat a shitload of calories, you'll look like me." That quite possibly is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because that's absolutely not true at all. So we're going to dive a little bit into that and let you know just how untrue that actually is, and just how fat everyone could possibly be if they did that. And hopefully this will help you make some better diet choices and help you be a better person, so if you ever hear somebody say that, you can say, "Oh, okay," and know not to do it, because that's going to be detrimental to your health in 15,000 different ways. So without further ado, let's get it going. Okay, so let's start debunking this crap by just starting with what is exactly a calorie. What is it? I mean, it's this mysterious word that everybody knows and everybody tries to follow. Nobody really knows what it is. A calorie is simply one unit of energy. Calories are energy. It's 4,184 joules of energy in 1 calorie. So I gotta give this guy a little tiny bit of credit. A calorie, in terms of energy, is exactly that. A calorie is a calorie. 1 calorie of Twinkies and a calorie of broccoli has the same amount of energy potential in it in terms of joules. So that is true. Well, unfortunately, that's about where this guy's logic stopped. The rest of what he spewed was bullshit, and went on for about another 2 minutes on this topic, which I won't get into. But first, calories, they're definitely not calories. For the sole fact that our bodies process calories of fat, protein, and carbs, totally different. To digest and absorb these 3 different nutrients, our body's going to actually use different amounts of energy to do so. So protein comes in the highest. You take about 25 to 30% of the total caloric value of protein to digest and absorb it. Carbs are second, with about 6 to 10%. And fats, you barely use any energy to digest fat. Use maybe 2 to 3% at the most of the total caloric value. So 100 calories in protein is really only about 70 to 75 net calories. 100 calories in carbs is about 90 net calories. And fat, it's 98, 99. You're almost just your full total value. So right off the bat, this guy is 100% totally wrong about a calorie is a calorie, and as long as you just eat a shitload of food, you'll gain muscle mass. What he should have said was, if you just eat gargantuan amounts of food and eat whatever you want, as long as you're getting to some fictitious calorie limit that he set in his mind, that you will gain weight, not muscle mass. You will certainly gain weight, but you may not gain much muscle mass. Now, if you choose to take anabolic steroids and pump your body full of a bunch of crap, then yes, you can pretty much eat, well, within, I guess, a little bit of reason, whatever you want, because your metabolism will be ramped up to the point where it doesn't really matter. Because if you take steroids, you're going to exercise an absorbent amount. You're going to exercise, 5, 6, 7 days a week, sometimes twice a day, doing all this stuff. You're going to have a ton of energy. Your metabolism is going to be ramped up, and your body's also going to be very, very efficient. It's going to take everything it uses, and it's going to put it into places where it needs it. Which in turn, that's how people get humongously big muscles when they take steroids, and then when they get off steroids, they look like a dump after about 2 months, because their body goes back to regulating normally. If me or any other natural person that doesn't take steroids ate thousands of 5,000 calories a day, 6,000 calories a day, and I only work out 3 days a week. If I ate 6,000 calories every single day, and it didn't really matter what I ate, and I just gorged on whatever I could find, I would look like a Jabba the Hutt. I would be huge. I could realistically just stop there in debunking his load of shit that he spewed all over the floor of the gym, and I will in regards to him, but I do want to take it a step further in regards to the macronutrient ratios you should get. I've touched on this a little bit in the past on a couple of videos before, but now that we've kind of dove into the energy expenditure that it takes, I don't want it to come across saying that you need to eat a super high protein diet to lose weight because you burn the most energy processing that protein. That's actually not true at all. In fact, the macronutrient ratios I recommend for you would be 50 to 55% coming from carbs, 25 to 30% from protein, and 10 to 15% from fat. Two things. One, carbs are your body's most preferred source of energy, so you need an abundant amount of carbs throughout the day for your body to function properly. Especially if you're working out a lot, you need carbs for your body to be able to perform at its highest level, and for you to feel good when you're in the gym, and especially feel good when you leave. You spend a lot of carbs in the gym. So if we just listened to Sir Steroid at the gym and ate whatever we wanted, and we were severely lacking in carbs, and we had a lot higher percentage of our calories coming from proteins and fats, you would feel like crap, to be perfectly honest. You wouldn't be very energized. Your workouts wouldn't be as good because your body wouldn't have the necessary energy it needs to burn to use to make a good workout happen. You'd feel bad when you left the gym. You'd be tired for the rest of the day. It wouldn't be a good day for you. Not to mention, eating a super high fat, high protein, low carb diet traditionally comes with a bunch of saturated fat and dietary cholesterol, which will clog up your arteries, lead to atherosclerosis, and increase your risk for all-cause mortality. So that's probably not the best decision, just to eat whatever the hell you want and let the chips fall where they may. Another thing about a high protein diet is if you take in a huge amount of protein all the time, your kidneys are going to be working triple time to try and process all that. And you're going to pee a lot of it out. You want to actually absorb it and use it. Two, you're going to increase your risk drastically for chronic kidney disease and chronic kidney failure. You've got two of them, that's true, but if you have chronic kidney disease and both fail, then you're just going to be shit out of luck. So a diet that's super high in protein isn't necessarily good either. You need to have a really good balance of those three nutrients for your body to function properly. And like I mentioned before, about 50 to 55% of your calories should be carbs, about 20 to 25% should be protein, and maybe 15 or so percent should be fats. Work in a range. It's not a hard number. You got to kind of find out what works best for you, but that should be a decent guideline. It shouldn't be skewed all over the planet by you eating whatever you want. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about flexible dieting. Trust me, I'm not sitting there weighing everything I eat and only eating super ultra clean whole foods all the time. That's not fun for anybody. So I'm all about flexible dieting, but it's got to be intelligent flexible dieting. It's got to be dieting with a purpose, not just seafood, eat food mentality. That doesn't make any sense if you want to be a truly healthy individual. So I hope you liked this video. I hope some of that information was a little bit useful. That's just one thing I hear all the time, and today I heard it and just pissed me off. That a calorie is a calorie, doesn't really matter. Eat whatever the hell you want, and you can look however you want as long as your calories are in the right range. So if you like this video, hit like, subscribe to the channel for more stuff. I'd really like some thumbs up on this video. Comment down below if you got a question, or if you've had an experience, a weird one with calories being calories, or you had an experience of flexible dieting. I'd love to hear what you think. Also, check out the Wire Fitness website at www.thewirefitness.com. I'll put a link in the description below. I'll also put a link in the description. I did another video going a little further into detail on the macronutrient ratios. I'll put a link in the description box below if you want to learn a little bit more about those. But again, if you liked it, hit the thumbs up button, share it with your buddies, and look forward to talking to you guys again soon.